The most viable means of holding Nigerians together is through sport. We must continue to allow sport to thrive in Nigeria. Welcome here on the show, Sports Update on Trust TV. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe, and I have with me in the studio Olawale Peter. It's good to have you.
Yeah, good evening, Adeniyi. It's my pleasure being here.
Good. Let's start on that particular note. We must continue to use sport to unite Nigeria. Coming from Toke Aka is the president of Nigerian Scrabble Federation, and is really calling on Nigerians, administrators, sportsmen and women, technical directors, every facet of sport in Nigeria to make sure sport really thrive, because this seems to be the most viable means of getting Nigeria together. Whenever we are into sport, nobody remember you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, or Ibibio. We all come together to celebrate Nigerian sport. Coming from Tokiaka there, talking to Nigeria, that we must continue to use sport to unite this great country.
I agree with him completely, and this is the only time in this country where you don't hear anybody discriminating against your tribe. Maybe you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ishekiri, or whatever is in sports. The only time we don't look at
religion,
a Christian or a Muslim, and I can't add,
or traditionalists,
the herbalists, you know, it's during sports. The only time that everybody speaks the same language. Go, thank God, all we are saying, it's only sports and football. That is an area that the government, let me put it on the government, that they need to really look into to see how to unite us together. Because it is only that period that we all come together. Without that, just tell me any activities that we do in this country that everybody will come together without thinking about, don't mind him, Gary, because he's Yoruba, that's why he's supporting his Yoruba fellow, or because he's Hausa or Igbo, don't mind him, it's because he's Muslim or he's Christian. The only time that we don't look at the team list and say, no, this one is Yoruba, it's not supposed to be there, this one is Igbo, it's not supposed to be there, it's during sport. So why don't we just transfer that into our culture, our tradition in this country? If you can do that, we'll be far better. Look at India. Look at United Kingdom also. That is what they do. What they do is the country comes first, irrespective of whom you are or what you have. Let's love our country first. If you can have that, I think it's a very good one. I recall vividly also, and during the Biafra War, there was a match that was played to bring us together. Kotsi, late Pele, that he came to he came to the country for that match during a civil war. I'm talking about what happened in the 50s. So it is not something that is starting today. It's something that have started a very long time ago, but we are not looking into that. We're only looking at sport as an opportunity to steal, an opportunity to divert attention. We're not looking at it in that way. We have to really look. So on this, I agree with him totally. The National Sport Festival that we are doing, what is the purpose of doing it? The National Youth Game that we are doing, what is the purpose of doing it? The Commonwealth Game, what is the purpose of doing it? The Olympic, even the FIFA World Cup that they are playing, what is the purpose of doing it? Apart from looking at it as a business, apart of making money, everybody come together. You be one. If not, why will Saudi Arabia be playing with Argentina? And Argentina were defeated. It's because it's 11-11. They didn't look at Argentina that, no, we are power playing football, so your own should be 8 players. Oh yeah, Saudi come, because you don't know how to play. No, it's still 11-11. So you should look at it as a way of uniting us together in this country. We have a lot of division going on in this country. Let's tell ourselves the truth. But the only way we can do it is through sport. Then we can now look at how we imbibe that sport and bring it to our own personal life, even in different organizations, not only governments. Because what is happening in the government is happening in organizations also. The private sectors, they are not, we can't absorb them of this also. They look at all this issue, which is totally wrong. Let's take a case of the most loved sport in the world. I'm talking about football. When they are playing Champions League tonight now, all Arsenal fans, irrespective of their tribe, their religion, they come together and support Arsenal.
In fact, clubs that are from England, the fans are from England, they will support.
A team that most of them, they've not been to the airport before. Talking about being to England or being to Arsenal Stadium. But because of the passion, they all support Arsenal. You hear them talking about, we bought the Declan Rice, 130 million.
And you ask the person,
someone that he has to trek to the viewing center before he can manage to pay the 100 naira gate fee.
Oh my goodness.
That is the passion. So why didn't we translate that passion into our personal life as a country? So I think it is something worthy looking into, sincerely. So it's a very good one. So I totally agree with him on that.
Well, still in the mood of celebrating independence, they are coming from Toke Aka, who is the president of Nigerian Scrabble Federation, saying we must continue to use sport as a unifying factor for Nigeria. Really, when it comes to sport, we are all one, barring religion or tribal sentiment. But a good one for the fact that sportsmen and women have been able to bring us together, be it in football, hockey, taekwondo, judo, any sport so far. We've seen the situation whereby the medals they won has brought smiles to the face of Nigeria, and also the trophy they also won has brought so much happiness to this great country there. Well, we move away from that particular independence mindset, and let's talk straight about UEFA Champions League tonight. Well, we actually treated Group A and B in the morning, but right now we look at Group C and D. Matches coming up in those teams, or rather groups. Group C now we have Union Berlin of Germany hosting Sporting Braga from Portugal, a big match there, and also Napoli against Real Madrid. That's a match that a lot of Nigerians want to see because of Victor Osimhen play against the Los Merengues, hosting them over there in the city of Naples. Let's talk first with Union Berlin against Sporting Braga.
Okay, that's a 50-50 match.
50-50.
It's a 50 match. It's a match that it's about who blink first. And I, like I said during the release of the group stages, that whoever came third in this in this group will have the opportunity of playing in the Europa. Because take it or leave it, I will take either Real Madrid or Napoli as first and second. So, and where they can get points is when they play between themselves. That's Union Berlin and Braga. It's when they play between themselves that they can try and get maybe 1 point or 3 points.
Not when they face Napoli.
Not when they face Napoli or Real Madrid. So this is an opportunity for them to try as much as possible, get a point. It's not about I'm playing away from home or I'm playing at home. It's about you lose the concentration, you lose the game. So it's going to be a tight one. It will be an interesting one, but I'm sure a lot of eyes will not be there because they are not the Real Madrid of this world. They are not the Napoli of this world. But they have something at stake that they are fighting for. And who knows, they can even upstage a surprise of qualifying ahead of either Real Madrid or Napoli. So I think it's a match that they will not take lightly. The fact that they didn't have any stars or any known player, or they are not a known club like Madrid and Napoli, doesn't mean it is not a match to also
watch out for. So Napoli, Real Madrid, the biggest one for this group is a big one because in Napoli we have Osimhen, we have Kvaratskhelia, we have a lot of players there. And looking at the fact that they'll be hosting the king of UEFA Champions League tonight, a big one. Looking at them, Real Madrid away to Napoli.
They're not the king of UEFA Champions League. They're the king of club football. Yes, they're the king of club football because in terms of everything, they have edge above. In fact, if they stop playing Champions League in the next 5-6 years,
you can't catch up.
You can't say catch up to them. That's the truth. So they know how to do it. It's their own area of specialization. But tonight's match will be a revenge. And if you look at the head-to-head between Napoli and Real Madrid, it's 2-0. They played only twice, and Real Madrid won the two matches. They won 3-1 and they won 3-1. So it's more like a stage play. So tonight's match will be very different. Napoli also, on the other hand, they didn't pick up very fine the way they ended last season. Their last 5 matches, they've won only 3. They drew 1 and they lost 1. While Real Madrid, they are coming to the match, they won 4 and they lost 1. So that shows that their current performance, Real Madrid is doing very well. Talking about injury, apart from Alaba that is having hamstring injury, I don't think they have any major injury that will affect them for tonight's match. So if you're talking about also the motivation, I think it's an opportunity also for Victor Osimhen to put behind whatever happened. You should put it aside. He's a professional. That's the truth. We've seen what Samuel Eto'o did while at Barcelona. He will score goal, he will go and jubilate, they will throw banana at him.
He will eat the banana.
He will open the banana and he will eat the banana. He should take a leap from him. This same Samuel Eto'o, when Mourinho bought him, they were making jest of him like he's an old man. He scored a goal, he jubilated like an old man. That's, I'm an old man, but I'm delivering, I'm scoring goals. So at times when people are trying to pull you down, because they've seen the good in you, so they are using that to demoralize you. Look at Toby Hamilton. Look at what they did to her. Look at what happens to her. And look at how she tried.
She didn't give up.
She didn't give up. She recovered. Still, they are still coming up again.
I'm very sure that race, sorry to digress a bit, but really that race for Toby was like, how did she survive?
That is the same thing. And this same Victor Osimhen, the match after the incident, he scored.
He scored against Udinese.
So that shows that he has what it takes. So tonight's match also, the only way a performer can shut the critics is by continuing to be optimal in what you do. It's like you're going to the market, you don't need to look at the noise of the market because they are playing with a team that are very compact. Real Madrid team, okay, now look at what... is
it Bellingham, Jude?
No,
Ancelotti.
Look at what he did. They lost Karim Benzema, a striker. And everybody thought they are bringing in a striker as a replacement. He went for Bellingham, who is a king of assists, who is a creative midfielder. And look at what he's doing right now. He's scoring. So that means what he's looking out for is who to deliver, irrespective of the wing that you are playing. And that is what they have in Real Madrid team now. The wingers, the midfielder, the attackers, the goals can come from anywhere. And look at their average age. They are very, very pacey. They are the king of comebacks. So even if you are leading them 2-0 and you still have 1 minute or 2 minutes,
watch out.
Go and ask Manchester City what happens to them. Go and ask Chelsea what happens to them. They can still do it. So it's going to be an interesting match. It's going to be a game of tactics. It's going to be a game of concentration. It will be a game of conviction also. Then let Victor Osimhen and his team show to them that yes, you are the king of club football. But when it's coming to this our own stadium, we are the king of our own. They should try as much as possible to get the 3 points from them. And I see it. It's possible, it's doable, because when it matters most also, they show you how to do it. So it's going to be an interesting, I see it as more like a final before final.
A final before a final, it could be between Napoli versus Real Madrid, a big one in the city of Naples there. Coach Ancelotti is already warning his team, Real Madrid, that they should be wary of Victor Osimhen. They should watch out for Victor Osimhen the same way Napoli needs to watch out for Jude Bellingham and also Vini Jr. It's a big match tonight between Napoli versus Real Madrid. Who wins this battle? You blink and you are out. Well, a big one there. Just to let you have an update concerning matches slated for this evening in UEFA Champions League. Now we go to Group D. Group D will also be playing. We have Red Bull Salzburg from Austria. They'll be hosting Real Sociedad, a team where we have in Nigeria, Sadiq Umar plays in that team. They are away to Austria, team that's Red Bull Salzburg. And Inter Milan, another big one against Benfica. They will be hosting them at San Siro, the one they call Giuseppe Meazza tonight. Who wins these matches? Well, let's start with Sociedad away to Austria team Salzburg.
Okay, yeah, if you look at it on paper, the side you've been hearing about Real Sociedad, so definitely they should be able to triumph over the Red Salzburg. But don't forget two things. Number one, they are a champion in their own league. The number two, you are going to play in a country that their own atmosphere, their own weather is totally different from the rest of Europe. So Austria. So that also is going to play a very, very important part. You can't compare the Spain weather and Austrian weather. They are two different things. Okay, so I think it will play a lot. So if Real Sociedad can get a draw from that match, or any team going there to get a draw from there, it's not going to be a bad one. Knowing fully also, like we had in the team of Napoli, Real Madrid,
Union Berlin,
and Braga, we are having it here also, because both Inter Milan and Benfica, they are most likely to qualify from the Group D, and whoever comes third will likely go to Europe. Why? If you are bottom table, you go back home, get prepared, make top 2, depending on your league, or top 4, and come back next season. And also, you can spring a surprise of making it out of that group. So it's going to be an interesting match to watch between 2 of them also. So if you now go back to the next one, that is Inter Milan and
Benfica.
Benfica. And we know Benfica also. They are not a team. They are regular customers when it comes to Champions League. So they have the experience, they have the exposure, and the confidence is there. Because it's like they've played with almost all the teams. But this is more like how many years they've been coming to play in Champions League. Then if you look at Inter, they used to be a force to reckon with in Champions League before. But for the past 2-3 years, they've tried as much as possible to do what? To rediscover themselves. Up to what happened last season. They got to the final last season before they lost it out to Manchester City. Currently, right now, they are topping the Italian Serie A table also now. So it's like they are really, really, really informed. Very compact team, very strong, very agile, and they are playing at home, San Siro. I think it will be a clear task. It will be something, well, possible, but difficult for Benfica to win the match away from home against the form team of Inter Milan.
The team of Inter Milan really is very deep, because you look at Inter right now, they are having a very good squad time when it comes to football in Italian Serie A. Topping the group there, talking about Italian Serie A, and also coming to Champions League right now, facing Benfica tonight. Just giving you those matches, a big one there. The way it is in Group C, that's also the way it is in Group D. Real Madrid, Napoli, big match. A lot of Nigerians want to watch because of Victor Osimhen. Has he got his group back? Yes, he has been scoring, and let's see what he'll be offering against Ancelotti-led Real Madrid tonight. After all, he has won his last. He should be careful of Victor Osimhen. Same way, they just have to be very careful of Gini Jr. or Jude Bellingham. That young man is really getting so well over there in Spain. Inter Milan versus Benfica tonight. Big match there. All those matches will be coming up for Champions League. And on the light hand, though, before we take 2 more stories, I saw a particular post that says, well, the name of the coach of the lowest team in England is Heckingbottom, and they are the bottom of the bottom of the league, and the name of the coach of the 10th position is Erik ten Hag, and they are 10. I'm like, how do people really think so deep to get this kind of stuff out? Really, really very funny.
It's about creativity. It's about innovation. It's about looking for a banter, looking for something to catch people's attention. So people can just sit down and just make things up. And when you look at it the way you look at it, you're like, but why do you have...
But this thing can actually be.
Can actually be. So I hope it's not really...
Okay, bottom there, just to at least create some banter in the studio here. Let's take 2 more before we wrap it up. We talk about Al Nassr now. Al Nassr, we target Roma midfielder Brian Cristante. From the way it is, Roma Cristante there, that will be coming up in January there. We're just looking at the fact that this is a big one. They are talking about Cristante. Al Nassr, we target Roma midfielder. Cristante has been a good form for Roma, but right now, Al Nassr, they want to go for him.
Yeah, they want to go for him, but will Mourinho allow him to go? Will the management allow him to go? Currently now, Roma, they are sitting 13th on the table, and they are having their worst season for the last 20 years, 2 decades this season. And we are talking about one of their most valued player, midfielder, who wants to go. Are they in need of that money urgently? So I see it as window shopping. I know Saudi League in January, they will go all out for a lot of players, and it's only a club that is in a financial distress, that really needs money, that prioritizes money above trophy, will let their player go. January transfer is not a major transfer that people normally move like that. It is the summer transfer that you see it. So I see that as a window shopping. They'll give it a try, but I don't see the deal scaling through. Maybe it will be in preparation for end of the season or end of the summer transfer, but allowing him to go in January when they really need him, where will they get his replacement? Because they don't have his replacement on his team. So which market do they want to go also to get a replacement? That is why if it is the end of the season, you have a lot of players that their contracts will expire. So if I'm letting my creative midfielder or my attacker go, let me go to a league that I know, because the trade, it's business. Let me go to a league that I can get a very, very, very good player. I recall a conversation from Drogba's interview between Drogba and Mourinho when Marcel and Porto play. That after
the match,
Mourinho went to Drogba and said, I would like to have you in my team, but I don't have the money now. Can you recommend your junior brother in your country that plays like you, that will come and play for me? And Drogba looks at him and smiled. He said, don't worry. You will get there when you get a club that can afford me and you come for me. It's more like a prophecy.
And he came to pass.
And a year after,
Chelsea.
Mourinho landed in Chelsea with Abramovich, the king of money. Over that time. And they asked him 100 times, who do you want as a striker?
Get me Drogba.
He said, who is Drogba? He said, leave story.
Let's go to France.
Let's go to France and let's get Drogba. And he got Drogba. And what? The rest is history today. So that is what we are really talking about. They have to look for where to get a replacement in terms of value and money, which is unlikely during January transfer.
Maybe I should just call you the historian Olawale beat us there. Good one, just to take us back there, talking about UEFA Champions League, and we really look at those matches coming up. And then we talked about Al Nassr trying to go for a player of Roma. His name is Cristante. Before we look at the last one, that has to do with Liverpool. Liverpool are already planning if Mo Salah will leave at the end of the season. They want to go for some players, but right now it's possible that they will be moving for Wolves winger. His name is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, if is the player, if Mo Salah leaves next season.
It's like when we are in secondary school, they will tell you that if X minus Y equals to XY, what would be the value of the X? I don't see this happening, but the truth is I don't see Liverpool still holding on to Mo Salah going to Saudi for more than a season. That's the truth. The end of this season,
they should just let him leave.
Mo Salah still remaining there. But in January, he cannot leave because that will be the peak of the Premier League. And don't forget also, Mo Salah will be in Egypt in January for the AFCON. That will be for about 2 weeks. So they can't lose him just like that. They lost about 2 or 3 midfielders this season. And the new player that they bought, they are still about to acclimatize to the Liverpool style of play. Look at the current squad that Liverpool has now and take Mo Salah out of it. Diego Jota, David Luiz, they are injury prone. If they are not injury prone, we saw what happened, the red card and whatever. So Mo Salah is their key player. But the honest truth, we are talking about the most established Muslim player in the world right now.
You think of Mo Salah?
You think of Mo Salah. And where do you think a player like that who wants to end his career
Saudi Arabia.
Go to Saudi Arabia and end his career? So the truth is just a matter of time. Mo Salah will still leave Liverpool. He has a contract in 2025. So by next year, end of the season, he has only 1 year left, which I'm very sure he will not renew his contract with Liverpool. So the best business that Liverpool can do, end of the season, if they come for him in January, is wait.
Just wait till May.
By end of the season, let's renegotiate the contract and we'll look at it. But that January, I don't see that one happening.
Well, from the way it is right now, Liverpool just trying to see if Mo Salah leaves, they will be gunning for some player. But though Pedro Neto seems to be among those players they could be going for the Egyptian who will be in AFCON. And also, you can't wait till the end of the season because a lot of clubs, Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, all showing interest in the Egyptian striker. From the way it is right now, Mo Salah could be moving at the end of the season. Just giving you update in the world of sport on the show. Sport Update on Trust TV. Olawale has been the historian, the analyst, and every other thing in the studio.
Yeah, thanks so much, Adene. It's my pleasure being here with you.
Yes, as we always say, that sport is business and fitness. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.